Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Let's give folks a couple minutes before we get started. Thank you for joining. I hope you're having a great day today. I know this is one of the last sessions, so thank you for hanging in there and joining me. I'm very excited for today's presentation. Feel free to drop your questions, comments, and anything in the chat. I'm gonna try to reply and talk and do everything at the same time. More minutes, maybe just one more minute, and then we get started. Okay. Let's say your support system gets a call from a customer with a critical issue. The call happens, but there's no record in your CRM. No notes, no outcomes, no next steps. Later that week, a different team member takes a follow-up call and has to ask the same questions all over again. Sounds familiar? Well, these aren't just dropped calls. These are dropped opportunities. In customer support, sales, and operations, phone calls are full of valuable insights. But if those insights stay trapped inside your phone system, they become invisible. That's where real-time call logging changes everything. It captures and surfaces metadata and call data as it happens, tracking outcomes, triggering alerts, kicking off follow-ups, and many other things. Welcome, everyone. My name is Elisa Levet. I'm a developer advocate engineer here at Zoom. And today I'm very excited to be here with you to walk you through how you can build a real-time call logging experience using Zoom Phone API and the Zoom Phone Smart Embed. So I know you've read this multiple times. We've talked about this, but please, before we get started, just take some time to read our safe harbor statement, and we'll continue after this. Okie dokie. So let's jump into today's agenda, and here's what we're gonna cover. We're gonna start with a very big overview of Zoom Phone. We're gonna move on and talk about why real-time call logging matters and how it works. Then we're gonna go over the tech stack that I used to build this sample app and what I used to integrate everything. We're gonna go over a demo to bring everything together. And of course, I'm just gonna do a summary. I'm gonna share a lot of valuable resources for you, and I'm gonna leave a bit of time for Q&A at the end. And again, feel free to drop your questions along the way, and I'll be happy to answer them. All right, this is a brief preview of the app that I'm gonna demonstrate later, which is a mock CRM app. So I just wanted for you to lay eyes on the app so you have a clear understanding of what we're building. So why Zoom Phone? First off, Zoom Phone is a cloud-based phone system that brings enterprise capabilities to developers. So no physical hardware needed, just reliable voice communication, whatever you build. Second, it offers unified communications by integrating seamlessly into the Zoom ecosystem. Think about meetings, chat, webinars, video, phone, everything in one single platform. And third, Zoom Phone gives you access to robust developer tools, APIs, webhooks, SDK, the Smart Embed widget that I'm going to demonstrate today. So you can build custom call workflows, log calls, and bring real-time voice data directly into your applications. I already introduced this, but in customer support, sales, operations, and even in personal interactions, calls are packed with valuable insights. So they carry context, intent, urgency, everything you need to act on a conversation. So if the data from those calls stay locked in your phone system, it becomes invisible, and invisible data can't drive business decisions. That's where real-time call logging becomes a game changer. It transforms conversations into actionable insights by giving you immediate visibility. So with real-time call logging, you can monitor live call events like phone is ringing, a phone call was missed, a phone call was answered. You can also trigger alerts to kick off workflows that will save some time in your teams. You can sync call data to your CRM real time and capture critical metadata. I like to think about this scenario as like notifications in your phone. If you didn't get alerts for texts or calls or DMs in your social media, you would be missing out on conversations with your families, on opportunities, or even emergencies. So your CRM is no different. Without real-time call data, your team is flying blind. So let's shift gears and talk about a little bit of how you can actually build an app that integrates these powerful capabilities. So we're using Next.js as a React-based framework, which is great for building responsive dynamic frontends. For authentication and data access, we're integrating Zoom OAuth with Next.js, which is a powerful library that simplifies authentication flows. It helps you managing access tokens, renewing access token, refreshing access token, and saves a lot of development time without having to reinvent the wheel. And finally, my favorite part of this application, which is the Zoom Phone Smart Embed, which is, if you're not familiar with it, it's a powerful component that allows you to integrate the full Zoom phone experience and functionality into your web app. It is super flexible, and it will, building an app with this should be very familiar with you if you're already building with React applications. Okay. So you might as well be familiar with this. Zoom utilizes OAuth 2.0 to authenticate to make requests to the API. Zoom allows us to request granular scope in our applications. So you can only get the data that you are allowed to. So as I mentioned earlier, I'm integrating Zoom OAuth with Next.js, which is an open source authentication solution built specifically for Next.js apps. It is flexible, it is easy to use, and works very well with Zoom OAuth 2.0. So with Zoom API, you'll be able to authenticate and get access to the Zoom API. Now, we know how we're going to authenticate using OAuth. So let's talk about the 3 endpoints that power this application. And I just want to mention them so we have a better understanding when we're doing the demo. The first one is the get call history endpoint. It provides a high-level view of the call activity across an account or a user's. So it's perfect for logging or monitoring an account. Then we have the get call path endpoint, which is a more granular endpoint. So after you get the call history of your account, you can get very granular and go look into specific call, where you're going to get the sequence of the events, the flow of the call, and what really happened in that call. It will let you understand the context of the call. Lastly, the external contacts, which returns any third-party contacts that you have added to your account, and it is useful to enrich calls with names and contexts. Last but not least, we're also using 2 webhook events that are provided, that come from our Zoom Phone Smart Embed, which are the Zoom Phone call ringing event and the call log completed event. These to receive real-time events as the action is happening. Okay, I promise we're getting close to the demo, but I want to highlight the Zoom Phone Smart Embed now. As I mentioned earlier, this component makes it incredibly easy to bring the full Zoom Phone experience into your web app. It is powered by the Zoom Phone SDK, but wrapped in a very user-friendly iframe. So with literally a couple lines of code, you get a dialer UI, call controls, event handling, everything working inside your app. And you can load it either via a script tag or an iframe tag. And behind the scenes, it connects with Zoom and handles all the heavy lifting. The Zoom Phone Smart Embed provides a lot of valuable APIs, such as click to call. It also allows you to get real-time notifications, call logs events, call logs automatically. And I'm going to showcase the click to call functionality later. And it also provides a lot of webhooks, such as call ringing, call connected, call ended, etc. So these events make it possible to build real-time workflows that will bring a lot of value to your applications. Okay, time for the demo. All right, let's jump into our demo. And before I run the app, I want to give you a quick tour of the code, specifically how we've set up authentication using Zoom's OAuth 2.0 with nextauth.js. This setup is the foundation for securely accessing Zoom Phone APIs in real time. So we're going to start by importing the Zoom provider from nextauth library. This provider is built into the library by default, so no extra setup is needed. Once we add it as a provider, we're going to use the client ID and client secret from a Zoom General OAuth app registered in the Zoom Marketplace. This app will have the required scopes to access Zoom Phone endpoints. Now, the next step is we're going to define two callback functions. The first one, JWT callback function, which runs whenever a JSON Web Token is created or updated. So on the user's initial sign-in, we get access to the account and user data from Zoom, and then we're going to build a token that contains the access token, the expiration time, the refresh token, and the user profile information. Then we're going to also create a session to call back. In this one, we're going to attach the session user to the token. We're also going to add the access token, and we're going to do some authentication related errors here. This setup ensures that your app can access the Zoom token securely during any request. Lastly, as you might be familiar with this, Zoom access tokens expire after 1 hour. So to handle this, we make a call to Zoom's OAuth token to refresh our token every time it's about to expire. So a new access token is going to be returned and stored behind the scenes, as well as the new value of the refresh token. The next thing I want to show you is the Smart Embed component. The reason why is because I want to highlight how easy it is to have the Smart Embed widget running in your application with just a couple lines of code. So I'm using the iframe for this application, but you can also use the script. Lastly, I want to show you how in the layout of my application, I'm just adding my Smart Embed component so it persists throughout my application. Let's run the app. I have my ngrok up and running. So let's head to my authorization URL, where I am going to get prompt to sign in with Zoom. And then I'm going to get prompt to authorize my app. This app will contain the scopes that we need to access the Zoom API. We also need to sign in into our Zoom Phone Smart Embed. If you want to learn more about this process, make sure to check out the resources that I'm going to share at the end of the presentation. Now that we are in the dashboard page of our CRM mock app, let's take a look at the call logs component. Here, we're going to get visibility into all account level call activity. Behind the scenes, this is powered by our get account call history endpoint, which again gives us a high-level view of all call activity on the account, which is perfect for logging and monitoring across users. So as you can see, we get some fields such as call ID, direction, start time, end time of the call. Whenever you need to go deeper into a call, we're going to use the get call path endpoint, which provides a fully detailed call trace of a call. So if we click on any of these call IDs, we're going to be able to see all the detailed information about the specific call we're querying. Some information such as direction, call type, caller information, callee information, the call path, including all the segments of the call. This level of granularity is invaluable for CRM applications. Now, over to the accounts component. Here, we use the get external contacts endpoint, where we get third-party users within an account, such as vendors, contractors, or even partner teams. This ensures that teams always know who's involved and how to reach them, even if they're outside of organizations. So we get some information such as name, email, phone number, and a little description of the contact. Now I want to move on and show you the power of the Zoom Phone Smart Embed widgets, which offers the Zoom phone experience within your web app. Let's initiate a call using the widget. You just need to enter the number here and start the call. As simple as this. No need to leave your application. As you will see, you will also start getting real-time events from the Smart Embed component, such as call ringing event and call completed event. Another powerful feature of the Smart Embed is the click-to-call API, which allows you to click on any phone number you want to initiate a call with no need to even enter the number in your widget. Let's try this. Again, you will start getting events as soon as they happen. This is extremely valuable for CRM applications. Lastly, you can also send and receive text messages within your widget. Let's try this. And of course, you will be able to receive a response as well. Lastly, let's get back to our dashboard component, and you'll see that the daily call logs get updated as calls happen in your system. That's all for the demo. Thanks for following and happy coding. Okay, let me reshare my screen, everyone. We don't need the demo. We already watched the demo. Sorry about that. Okay, so let's go over a little summary. Thank you for watching the demo with me. And Zoom offers, as I mentioned, cloud-based voice of internet protocol capabilities with robust developer tools. So it doesn't only gives you the cloud-based capabilities, but also all the developer tools to integrate with it. Using the Smart Embed, our APIs and webhooks, you can make real-time call logging very simple and very efficient for your teams. Authorizing using OAuth via Nextauth.js, it simplifies a lot your process and it secures authentication. And you can bring phone data directly into your CRMs, dashboards, or support tools using the developer tools that we have available today in the marketplace. So here are a couple of resources that you can use to leverage and create your own applications. I have a link to a sample app on GitHub. And the beauty of this app is that it supports two products, Zoom Phone and Zoom Contact Center. I created this app with my colleague Rihima, and we've had a great experience building for both products together. So you just need to switch branches and use whatever you need to use. I'm also sharing a couple of blogs that are available in our developers.zoom.us in our blog on how to get started with the Zoom Phone Smart Embed from scratch, how to authorize the app, how to add your credentials, and how to create an app, a React app from scratch. Also, a link to the developer docs and the developer forum, where we're always there taking questions and helping you guys build your applications. Thank you for attending. Thank you for watching. And I'm gonna open the room for questions if you have them. Right. Hi, John. Okay. Hi, John. The sample app that is in GitHub, it's for both, for Zoom Contact Center and Zoom Phone. You just, well, there are two branches available, so you just need to use the branch that you want to use, but you can use any of those. And there's a README along with it, and it will be a blog soon for these two as a companion piece. Of course, and yeah, feel free to also reach out to us in the forum, and we'll be happy to guide you through that. Can it grab the quality of the call, such as the quality of service monitoring? I only leveraged those 3 endpoints in the CRM mock app just for the demo purposes, but you can leverage all the APIs that you want, all the endpoints that you want, so you can tailor it to your needs. So there must be QSS endpoints that you can also include in your application. Of course. Thank you, John. See if there's any other questions. No. Thank you, Jen. Thank you for joining, everyone. I hope you had a very good time, as we all did in the Developer Summit 2025. And thank you for joining. And if there are no more questions, I can give you a couple of minutes back of your day so you can enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Thank you, everyone, for joining, and happy coding.